All right, what about now? We have sound. Hello, welcome. I see everyone coming in. Welcome, guys. Love and astrology night. I apologize. No sound always, right? I feel like that's our thing around here. Hopefully it's working now. Let me know, ladies. Guys, tonight we're going to do the January 2026 astrology transits. I am going to read for the collective, and I will offer some mini readings at the end. So get comfortable, pull your calendars out, get your birth charts out, grab a water, right? Sweet. I'm glad it's working. I was trying to run it off of my computer because I'm a little concerned about my battery on my phone. But hopefully it'll work out and we'll get through it. I was saying before I realized we had no sound, uh the astrology for January is very impactful and very swift. I feel like January is going to be one of those months that we're like, whoa, what happened? How did we get through it so fast? Probably all of 2026, really, because there's just so much going on. It seems like almost every day. So I was just telling a good friend of mine that when we started doing the astrology, it feels like we picked hot dates and we went through the month and touched on all the transits. And it feels like as we've went through our awakening, really since 2020 now into 2026, it seems like each month there's more and more and more. There's more aspects, there's more squares, there's more trines and conjunctions, and there's just so much going on, and it does seem like it's building up to something, right? 2026 is not going to be any different. Guys, if you missed our January twin flame current energy update, we did that live stream Sunday night, so a couple of nights ago, and I did briefly discuss the 2026 astrology. So you might want to check that portion of the video out if you missed it. But tonight we're going to focus just on the month of January, and we're going to hit the hot dates. So circle the dates on your calendars, right? And you're going to notice that I'm only touching on the major transits. I'm only touching on the major transits, the hot dates for those of us specifically on this type of spiritual awakening journey. I did put them in the video, so you should be able to see them on your screen. Make sure to circle those dates on your calendar, put them in your phone, whatever you have to do, right? All right, let me get my notes. I know I keep saying that. I was getting there. We're going to go over each one of them. Again, each one very brief. I'm going to talk about the transits. I'm going to talk about the themes of the transits for the month of January. Again, all of that information should be on your screen as well. All right, so let's start January 1st, right out of the gate. We have Mercury moving into Capricorn. So this is like think clear type of energy. You'll be able to make better plans, have serious talks, and this is a practical to-do list type of energy. So January 1st, really getting into alignment, really preparing ourselves for the year of 2026. All right, January 3rd, we have the full moon in Cancer. We talked about the full moon last week, guys. We have two full moons in Cancer this year, 2026. I find that to be like super coincidental, right? I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it is a rare situation. So the first full moon, of course, Cancer full moon, January 3rd. And then I believe it's December 23rd. Don't quote me on that date. I could be off a day or two, for the second Cancer full moon coming at the end of 2026. So Cancer, a very water sign, right? A very emotional sign. It's actually my rising sign. I would say pay attention to where Cancer is on your chart. What house does it rule over on your chart? Because that's the house that's probably going to experience the most change. in 2026, right? And again, this is all going to be very emotion based. Cancer, again, being the water sign, very emotional sign. So, whatever that house rules for you, again, for me, this is my first house. So, the house of self, the house of pretty much, like everything, right? The first house. So, where does Cancer lie on your chart? Is it your seventh house? Is it your relationships? Is it your 10th house, your career? So that's going to be the house that you're going to focus on in 2026 when it comes to how you feel about that situation. You're going to be able to express how you feel in a much clearer way without letting your empathy be an obstacle. For many of us on, having spiritual awakening, we struggle with our empathy, we struggle with overgiving, we struggle with giving people the benefit of the doubt, turning the cheek 200 times. That shit's coming to an end, right? So that's what 2026 is going to be all about. Again, very emotional energy. And the first one starting out on January 3rd. Again, we did talk about that Cancer full moon already. So if you guys missed that live and that information, you can find it over on my YouTube channel. Okay, so January 11th is going to be the next date. You can circle on your calendar. This is Sunday. Jupiter is going to go retrograde in Cancer. So this is time to slow down and rethink what truly makes you feel secure, both emotionally and financially. January 17th, Saturday, we have Venus gliding into Aquarius. So this is love and friendship. Get into a modern upgrade. Unusual connections and group activities could be highlighted around January 17th. On January 18th, we have the new moon in Capricorn. So this year's best day to set solid, ambitious goals for your career and long-term plans is going to be January 18th with the Capricorn new moon. Plant the seeds for your future on this day. We're always planting seeds with new moons. That's what we do. Capricorn is the natural ruler of the 10th house, which is our career, our reputation. So we're all going to experience with the Capricorn new moon um, being able to pretty much manifest what it is you want to do for the rest of your life, right? That's this Capricorn new moon that's happening 2026. Remember, guys, we are now looking at the one cycle, the 1 year. So when I say for the rest of your life, like I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. Remember, 2025 was a 9 year. Everything was about closure, wrapping things up, final releases, final endings, right? The 1 year, which is 2026, when you add in numerology, of course, 2026, it boils down to the one. It's all about new cycles, new chapters. Everything is completely new from here on out going forward, right? So that's what we mean when we're talking about the 1 year. All right, so that's Capricorn new moon, January 18th. On January 19th, I don't know why it just popped in my head. That's my grandpa's birthday. The sun is going to enter Aquarius, so welcome to Aquarius season. It's a time for friendship, big ideas, and helping out in the community. January 20th, you can circle on your calendar as well. Mercury zips into Aquarius, and Saturn and Uranus are going to align perfectly. So your thinking becomes more inventive. This is going to be a fantastic day for smart breakthrough ideas that can actually work in the real world. January 20th. All right, next date you can circle is going to be January 23rd. So this Friday, Mars is going to charge into Aquarius and the energy is going to shift from me to we very quickly. Get ready to fight for causes, collaborate with your team, and embrace exciting new methods. January 26th, we have Neptune beginning its very historic move into Aries. It's a slow journey that will complete in 2027. And this is beginning a new 14-year chapter where collective dreams, Neptune energy, right, will be about action, courage, and new beginnings, Aries energy. All right, so we do have a very significant aspect January 20th. I think you're going to hear lots of astrologers talk about this energy because it's Saturn, which is structure, and Uranus, which is change. They're going to form a harmonious sextile. So, this is a rare alignment that's going to help us make smart, lasting changes without everything falling apart. It's innovation with a solid plan. So, January 20th, Saturn and Uranus. Let's see. So the general themes for January is the home and career balance because the month is, two very powerful moons, starting with honoring your heart, your emotions, your feelings, especially in your home environment with the Cancer full moon, and then ending by building your dreams, which is the Capricorn new moon. So finding the sweet spot between in the middle there, between feeling safe and being successful, is pretty much the entire month of January. It is the Great Aquarius Gathering, so getting ready for a wave of future forward energy. With the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars all in Aquarius by the 23rd, your social life and big ideas will get a major jolt of electricity. It's time for teamwork, tech, and revolutionary thinking. And of course, the new dream is born with Neptune moving into Aries. This is what has me personally the most excited. Aries is my 10th house. So this energy is very much aligning with being able to manifest my dreams and aligning my purpose with my career. Very much for me, I feel like 2026 is like the pieces finally starting to come together, right? It's very much a powerful new cycle where our spiritual dreams and collective imagination, I think that's going to be really important that Neptune is known for collective energy, and it's going to be our energy is going to be focused on courage, independence, and pioneering new paths. All right, guys, that's what I have for you for January 2026. I do hope that information is helpful. Vanessa rules my sixth house. Is that Cancer rules your sixth house? That's your daily routines. It's your health. It could definitely, and it doesn't have to be just physical health. I mean, it could be spiritual health, mental health. Of course, it can be physical health, emotional health, all of that stuff, right? That's sixth house. So for me, it's first house. I'm pretty excited. All right, guys. So let's get a list going. Who wants to do readings before I jump into the collective? Because I am going to turn the video off. I think we are going to have camera tonight, hopefully. Oh my goodness. Did you guys get notifications tonight? Let me know. I noticed I didn't get any notifications. But YouTube knows it's me, so they may just be like, oh, you don't need one. I noticed that when we're not doing the vertical stream, there seems to be an issue with notifications. Mine is first house also. Cancer rising, yes. And definitely going to be a very, like the whole year, by the time December comes, like the second Cancer full moon, we're going to be completely different people. You know what I mean? So after we got started, we got notification. That's good. It's better than nothing. We're supposed to get notifications 30 minutes out. For some reason now, like it doesn't like the wide screen and it just doesn't do it. And I feel like it's been quiet over there on Facebook. If you get bored, Vanessa, come hang out with us on YouTube. Yes. Yes. All right, let me get cards ready for the collective. While I'm doing that, let's get a little list going. Tonight I'm doing general guidance. I'm also offering messages from your person. And of course, talking to heaven. I am going to start with a little collective. I'm not going to go real deep into the collective because we did just have the January update, which I really need to go back and watch, honestly. I feel like my vacation at Sisters was whirlwind. It definitely was very restful. I did get to rest. I did have a good time. All of those things, but I definitely feel like it was very, fast, whirlwindish. All right, so I know our picture is a little, different. I'm traveling, guys. I'm not quite home yet. There's Vanessa comes over and hangs out with us on YouTube. I know I need to get more active over there, posting on Facebook. I'm gonna get better about it, y'all. I'm gonna get better. I'm fixing to have my own space. I feel like life in 2026 for me is gonna be completely different than it has been for the last 6 years. Thank God. And I'm trying not to get like too excited about it because I mean, I've gotten excited a couple of times and then shit like really happened. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to be like calm and collected and mature about it and patient. I am so impatient, you guys. Like I can't. I don't know. Um, I struggle. I struggle with the patience. All right, so I did notice when I was getting ready that I was getting a little bit of issue with the camera and the internet holding up. So let me know. Um, it might freeze, like it might not be, as fast. But I think it's still pretty good internet, so it should be all right. All right, Sherry, message from your person. Diana wants to do talking to heaven. I love it. All right. Let's do quick collective. I'm going to start out with the Sacred Traveler. I seen a new set of Denise Lynn cards. I want to say it was called the Sacred Forest. I think that's what it was, the Sacred Forest. Um, I'm just saying, like, I feel like all the Denise Lynn cards are absolutely beautiful, amazing. But I seen the Sacred Forest and I was like, oh. Sherry says Aries are important or impatient. My daughter's in Aries. It's so true. It is so true. Sun in Aries, Mercury in Aries, Mars in Aries. Those are all fast moving. You know what I mean? Like I want to go, go, go type of energies. And I'm telling you, like since spiritual awakening, spirit has taught me to sit, sit, sit. All right. Let's look at masculine energy. Masculine energy has really been going through it. I just want to say, like, if you know, you know. But I will say, like, there's a few words coming to mind, like perseverance and courage and transformation. All of that is coming to mind. So it's like, yes, masculine energy is going through it, but, they're getting through it. All right, so wandering path, enjoy the journey. This is little bit of like micromanagement. It's when you, it's like when you want to know every little detail. It's when you want to know what turn, what way, how am I going to get there? The hows, the whys, the wins. There's something about the fox that's sticking out to me. All right, so there's a little bit of a message for the masculine energy. Anytime that you think you are, it's a harsh message. I like backed up. I don't know how to say it. Okay, so anytime that you think that you are like rewriting history or like I feel like we have to get into a whole thing. I don't want to get into a whole thing. Spirit, come on, help me out. Okay, the easiest way to say this is why I have such an issue with free will, because everybody's like, you have free will down here. You do have free will. Like, you can choose to do the things that you want to do in life, and then you hit a lot of obstacles, and life happens to you, and life is very challenging, right? Um, or you can have spiritual awakening, you can surrender, right? And when you surrender, you're surrendering to spirit, to source. Now, what that is for you has many different meanings for many different people. I believe that I'm a part of source and source is a part of me. But again, lots of people have lots of different beliefs, whatever. That's not the point here. The point is that when we surrender to spirit, to source, to God, whatever label you got to put there, we're following a purpose. Like, we're surrendering because there's a purpose. There's something that needs to be done, right? And that's not our purpose. Like, we may follow the purpose our way, and we may get to do something that's creative and exciting, and we may get to enjoy following our purpose because spirit gives us all those tools and creativity and such to be able to do so, right? But it's still spirit's purpose. It's unconditional love. That's spirit's purpose. That's everything, every studying, every research, everything I've looked and tried to find in every Bible, every religious book, everything I have looked at points to unconditional love. So it doesn't matter if you're Jewish, if you're Christian, if you're Hindu, it doesn't matter. God wants you to love people. Okay. So that's God's purpose. So when we surrender to God's purpose, we are learning to love ourselves unconditionally. And then we're showing others what that means by the way we live, by example, by how we unconditionally love others and ourselves, right? That's God's purpose. Like, Rosa wasn't sitting up in the clouds one day going, oh, I think I'm going to go down to the world, and for the next 200 lifetimes, I'm going to teach everybody about unconditional love. Yay. You see what I'm trying to say? That's God's purpose. That's why we all have the same purpose. We're all doing the same thing. We were doing it in different ways, creative ways, ways that are unique to us, but that's what we're doing, right? We're helping other people. We're showing other people unconditional love. That's God. That's source. That's not Vanessa. That's not Diana. That's not me. You see what I'm saying? So if you're divine masculine and you think that you're going to rewrite the plan, or that you're going to, like, remember when I thought I was going to, recreate the wheel? Remember when I was like, okay, I'm surrendering. I'm having a twin flame awakening. I understand that I need to find inner union. I understand that I need to heal myself. But in the meantime of doing all that, I'm going to go date this guy at the same time. Remember that whole 5-year relationship? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, that was not God approved. That was not part of the plan. And I was like, well, I'll do what you want me to do. I'll surrender to my purpose, but I'm going to do this too. And God was like, yeah, no. You remember that? So my point is, if you're divine masculine and you think you're going to recreate the wheel, or you're going to do it a different way, or you're going to have your cake and eat it too, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I hope this is enough confirmation to show you that that's a waste of time, right? Spirit says you need to have faith that you're on the path you're supposed to be, and that the things that are meant for you won't pass you, and that you'll reach the things that you're supposed to reach in God's time, in divine timing, not your timing. I think this has something to do with timing. Like, the masculine energy wants something now, and God's saying, you're going to learn this first. All right. I love it when spirit helps me get it all out. Let's look at the feminine energy, please. We have narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. It's giving me the energy of being cautious but courageous. We've been on this narrow pathway. We've walked that rickety wooden bridge. We no longer flinch when people jump on it, right? I was going over the big bridge from sister's house to my house, you know what I mean, or to my town today, and I was telling my friend the last time I drove myself, I had gotten stuck on the way back. There was some construction, and I remember sitting up there on top of the bridge and like looking around and seeing the water, the river, and um the big barge boats things, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember being able to look at all that and being calm. And I mean, was I uncomfortable? Of course. I've never really liked bridges. I clearly have something. But I'm not like anxious anymore. Like I have faith that, you know, God's got me. I'm gonna make it over to the other side, right? And there's this really gnarly one that's like right between my house, you know, my town and sisters. And it's like there's really no way to get there without going over it. And when I drove myself not too long ago, it'd been quite some time since I had went. But I was really proud of myself that like I drove it and I was fine. And when the bridge came up, I went over it. I was fine. Not only did I go over it, but I took my phone out and videotaped because you know I'm goofus. But I thought about that after I done it. Like that probably wasn't the smartest thing, but I was just so proud of myself that I was driving over the bridge. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. But yeah, on the way back, like I remember like, you know, having to stop for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes. And I remember like looking around and being able to like see the scenery and never have seen that before because I was always like with my head in my lap trying not to throw up, right? So I just thought that was like, you know, it's interesting. Like I go over that scary bridge now. Is it still scary? Yes, of course. It's even got worse. Like they're doing construction on it, so it's even worse. Okay. And this is like a big, what is it? The Mississippi. It's like a big ass river. You know what I mean? This isn't a little bridge. I think when I videotaped it, it was like 3 minutes. The videotape was. That's how long it took to like get over. Right. So not a great big one, but not a small one either. But it's like now we don't shake anymore. We're not fragile anymore. Divine feminine is your faith is fully in spirit. You have completely surrendered because spirit is the only one that showed up in 2025, right? Like spirit's the only one. Like you didn't, in the times that you thought, oh my God, I'm not going to make it, spirit was there, right? So that for me, that's, I know that's why I surrendered. Like this year, it's like if spirit says no, don't go there, I'm not going. If spirit says no, don't hang out with that person, I'm sorry, we're not hanging out. If spirit says don't talk to that person, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you. You see what I'm trying to say? Like I'm over it. I'm done. The free will is great, but it didn't get me far. You know what I mean? So it's like I've fully surrendered, and I have all my eggs in spirit's basket. So I go over the bridge just fine. I don't have the fear, I guess, is what I'm trying to say anymore. And I made it through 2025, which is one of the hardest years I think I've experienced in a really, really long time. So it's like, not only did I make it through, but I know for a fact that spirit is the reason I made it through. So my faith is just that much stronger, right? All right, let's look at the bridging energy. And it says we have scary bridges here too. All right, journey by moonlight, believe in magic. And believe is the word that's sticking out to me. This whole journey is magical. I think 2026 is going to be the year where we finally like see the beauty of the situation. You know what I mean? Like where we finally understand why things happen the way they happened, or even more like why they had to happen a certain way, right? All right, let's pull a guidance card. Sherry really liked the tree stump card we got the other day. Diana says Diana has the bridge. I'm just saying, we're always talking about bridges, and Diana's the one with the bridge. Like the bridge. says we have 7 local bridges. Most famous is the Golden Gate, but it's actually the easiest. You know how I was telling you, Diana, that I watched that hot guy on TikTok? And he's like some lawyer that lives out in the Bay Area, and he does like he does political TikToks. Um, but he just got this house, like he's retiring, and he just got this cabin like out in the mountains. It's super beautiful, and not too far from there. Because you know his apartment or whatever is still in the San Francisco. But he's retiring, so he doesn't want to be in the city all the time anymore. He did a video, he did a TikTok, where just like I did the video of going over the bridge, but his video, he's going over the Golden Gate Bridge. And he did it like just the other day. Like not even, I wouldn't say like not even a week. All right, let's pull guidance. We have the hollow card coming out. Let's see what it says. Guys, Thursday night we'll be back with all 12 signs, and we'll be looking at the week of January 4th through the 10th. So the week after that first very powerful Cancer full moon. That's going to be Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So if you can come hang out with me, make sure to. If not, make sure to remember that the timestamps will be in the description box. All right, let's get to it. The hollow card is wonderment and enchantment, safe havens, help from the unseen, magic. Remember, we got the believe in magic card. Quiet knowing, timely withdrawal, observation. It says this is a very mystical time for you, like a great hollow in a tree. Your imagination opens and invites you in to explore and find the magic that is you. Tree of Life hollow card beckons you to go inward, and there is a place for you to just be, to feel calm and to know that you are safe, protected, but not only that, to know that you are a wizard in your own right. With the hollow card, there is excitement in the air too, because you're on the verge of discovering something amazing that will help yourself or others. The only way to grasp it is through your quiet knowing, which is there for you, waiting for you to listen. Go inside of the hollow and listen. Tree of Life hollow card is an expectant card, full of mystery and enchantment. Hollow reminds us that we are often helped and guided by mystical forces. When you pick the Tree of Life hollow card, know that you are not alone in your life and that help is there. Perhaps there's a tree fairy with you, ready to grant you your wishes, or an elf waiting to send you some mischief. Perhaps you can be the magical fairy or an elf for a friend in need. Hollow card speaks to the aspect which is out of the ordinary and surprising in each of us. Expect magic and mystery, intrigue, and wishes coming true when you draw the hollow card. So definitely a strong, like magically themed energy, right? Like magically uh focused, like believe in magic. Don't try to plan it out. You don't need to know the hows, the whys. You know what I'm trying to say? Divine timing. Welcome. All right, let me go take care of Twitch just real quick. I love that. Banned by Purple Lunar Rose. I can't stand that. Like I don't know why they come in, like clearly I'm not buying subscribers on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Like not too hard to figure out. I love that when we have people following, they report them. Like that's super awesome. But sometimes when it's quiet in there, I don't even bother like reporting it. I mean, I probably should, but I just ban them. Ban, block, delete. but like it causes issues, you know what I mean? Because it's like then they think that you're cheating, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I don't know. So it's like I wish they'd stop. All right, let me get my list. All right, divine timing is going first. January forecast. We're gonna look at the full moon, the new moon, and then we're gonna pull some guidance. All right, let's look at the rest of it. Is Sherry with a general, Diana talking to heaven, Vanessa messages, Jenna messages. All right, ladies that are getting messages, start thinking of your person, like who it is you want to get the message from, and then pick one. Right? I did a live one-on-one where at the end of the live, she asked me to pull some messages, and I told her, like, think of your person or whatever. And I could tell when I was pulling the messages that it's, I can tell the energy is two different people. You know what I mean? Um, and she's like, I don't know who's who. I was like, I told you, you got to pick one. Got to pick one. All right. I made me a hot chocolate right before we got started, and I drank the whole thing and totally forgot to go to the restroom before we got started. Ooh, we'll pull the guidance card from the Tree of Life. Yes. It was funny because when I seen it, I was like, why does that look so familiar? I may have to, Sherry. We may have to have an intermission. But I was like, why does it look so familiar? I knew, I mean, plus sometimes too, like I can feel the energy. So I know I'm like, oh, that energy feels familiar to me. You know what I'm trying to say? I may not always be able to like put like a face or a name to it, but it's like I know that I know this person, or I know that I have read for this energy before. You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like I may not know like who who it is, where, which platform, who knows? With Vanessa. All right. All right, divine timing. First thing I want to look at is going to be the Cancer full moon. Remember, it comes in on January 3rd. Today is the 30th. I was thinking about doing a New Year's live. I'm not 100% sold on that just yet. I'm spending my New Year's with Miss Tina, a very good dear friend, and so I, she's definitely like an early to bed person. So I was thinking about like staying up late, maybe doing like a late night. I don't know if I could make it to midnight. But like a music and tarot for New Year's. I don't know. I haven't, again, not sold, not 100% sure. I'd almost rather do Cancer New Moon live. I mean, full moon live. Because I'll probably be asleep at midnight. Guys, I can't make it that late anymore. Like, oh my goodness. I was at Sisters and they have new baby in the house, and Yeah, like I didn't realize that I was so old. Like I didn't realize that I went to bed so early. I don't know. That might be a spiritual awakening thing too. I feel like before I used to stay up all night and I had no issue. You know what I mean? My screensavers are pics, and he's on my mind a lot, and I pray for him always. Prayer is going to be so big for us. I feel like it's going to be interesting to see so many people wake up in 2026 and realize they've been praying the whole time they didn't realize it. All right, so let's start there. Cancer, full moon, January 3rd. Traveling lightly, simplify your life. So remember, Cancer full moon is very emotional and it's home based. Divine timing. So there's something about making something simple when it comes to your home situation or like your immediate family, the people that you're closest to. I protected by angels, you are cherished by angels does come out on the bottom. So I'm gonna try and stay up and watch the New York stuff on TV. I feel like I try almost every year. I was just telling Miss Tina a couple of years ago, I had a very special New Year's Eve, very connected to my journey, right? So I find it pretty interesting that like I'm back here now. um, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Like I don't know if you and Spirit's gonna let me. Like it might be like 10 o'clock, and I might get that. Are you still awake? Shouldn't you be asleep? But yeah, just make sure to keep an eye out because if you guys are home and chilling, it's very possible I'll hit the button. All right, let's look at traveling lightly, simplify your life. Three of Pentacles, teamwork, partnership. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy, and Ten of Wands, exhaustion, carrying too much weight. So someone is, it's someone's not putting in equal effort. Maybe you're having to do some work that it's like you're doing all the work. That's not true. It's like you're doing the majority of the work, or maybe you feel like you're having to do more than others, and maybe you feel like unappreciated. But there is this energy of exhaustion. Okay, so and the card was simplify your life. Okay, so let's put this into perspective, right? The Cancer full moon is about how you feel about things, your emotions. It's about expressing those emotions, being able to express how you feel about things without feeling guilty, without feeling bad, without letting your empathy get in the way. With being able, you're going to be able to express your emotions and enforce boundaries at the same time. That's what the Cancer full moon is doing. So that's your January 3rd information. Let's get a mid-month. Let's get a mid-month card too. So the in between the full moon and that Capricorn new moon, mid-month energy, we have fellow travelers. Support is all around you. The peacock is sticking out to me. It's strong masculine energy. But what I'm getting more with this card is soul tribe, soul family, that type of energy. I'm also getting some type of like new journey, new path. Like you were going down this path for a really long time. You're taking some type of turn. Masculine energy is like you're taking some type of action. We got Wheel of Fortune coming out, Jupiter energy. Jupiter is huge in the month of January, right about mid-month as well. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's like a turn in the road. Something bends. Something goes a different direction. Two of Swords is stuck energy. It's also like fear energy, and the sun is here. So something helps you get unstuck. It's a new opportunity. You get a new opportunity to do something, take a different route, go a different way. get closer to people that are having like the same type of. Page of Swords is on the bottom. Page of Swords is someone who's watching but wants to know more. But it's also like higher learning, expansion, ascension. How do I ascend? How do I continue my awakening journey? It's all of that kind of stuff. So it's like something has kept you stuck and not being able to focus on whatever it is that makes you happy because you've been having to do so much for other people. And like you get some type of opportunity mid-January, and I think that opportunity may even scare you a little bit, but it's going to bring you, it's the sun, great happiness, great joy. All right, let's look at that Capricorn new moon. And I believe it comes in, what did I say, the 18th? We have ascending the mountain, keep going forward. All right, taking shelter, the answers are within, is on the bottom. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward is a card that tells me like this isn't the beginning and it's not the end. You've been on some path. You've been going somewhere. You've been started the journey. You could have thought that something was almost over. You could have thought that um, like maybe you thought something was out of reach as well. And Spirit saying like you're closer than you thought you were. We have Page of Pentacles. We have Knight of Pentacles. I think that's it. You're closer than you thought you were. Absolutely. 4 of Wands. Page of Pentacles is taking the first step. Knight of Pentacles is long time working on something. It's also slow moving energy. It's very dedicated. The work's not sloppy. You've really been putting a lot of time and investment into something. 4 of Wands is something coming to fruition. I think the end of the month, that Capricorn new moon, you're definitely a lot closer to something than it feels. All right, let's pull a guidance card to close it out for divine timing. And I am going to use the Tree of Life. We have the Twigs card, the Fallen card on the bottom. I've seen that Fallen card a couple of times. The Fallen card talks about how if you don't clean up like the old stagnant energy, the things that are broken, the things that are not serving you, then you could like it could weigh you down. It could weigh you down. All right, the Twigs card is number 6, and it's on page 21 in the Tree of Life Oracle. Small worries and fears. Resources, simplicity, coincidence, right? Resolve, valid concern, founded criticism, worries, regrets, unnecessary load. Unnecessary load. No way. I love it when Spirit wraps it all up. All right, ready? It says, in choosing Tree of Life Twig card, it's good for you to be on your toes. What is underfoot? A situation requires you to be alert and get snappy. Gather your thoughts and resources. It's no use letting worries impede your progress now. Twigs break and fall away like old habits and cares. These twigs of worry are often thoughts we have outgrown but can't let go of easily. Worries like twigs can be collected, gathered, held tightly. Notice your old thought patterns and ideas about yourself that you hang on to but no longer truly serve you well. Take those worries, name them, and let them go. See them as dead wood that you no longer need to carry, and take them to the woodpile to use them to kindle new ideas. Another approach is to mentally collect your scattered worries and fears and tie them in a bundle. Let them serve you rather than burden you. Do not let them be strewn all over your psyche, where they may trip you up or sabotage your clarity. Are you feeling vengeful towards another? Try to find resolve by organizing your emotions. Take a deep breath and try to get in touch with what bothers you, what weighs you down, and what burdens you in the way of thoughts and feelings. Journal or talk to friends about your concerns and worries. Allow your consciousness to transform those worries into action that will set you freely on your way to a better life. Your dreams at this time will also clue you in to what your worries and fears may be. Tree of Life trig card reminds us to let go of what we no longer need. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. The one thing that did stick out to me is going to be journaling, right? Do you journal, Divine Timing? My family and my kids. I'm starting school this month. How exciting! It does sound awesome, doesn't it? I'm working on releasing past energy. Here lately, I'm realizing I don't know, I'm still holding on to old every until I'm triggered. Lately, I'm realizing I don't know, I'm still holding on to old. This comment, I know there's a little typo, whatever, it doesn't matter because I totally get it. You're saying that you're working on being able to let something like roll off your shoulder. It's not impacting you, it's not affecting you, it does not control your emotions, it does not impact how you feel day to day. That has been happening to me. And you know what else is happening that I think is collective? We're all, oh, let me get it back. Come on, Spirit. We're all realizing, some of us, I think, felt like we were doing better than we were because we were like, oh, well, nothing triggers me. I'm fine all the time. But we realized that we were just like hiding, right? We weren't interacting with the world. So when we did interact with the world and something would happen, we would be triggered. And then we realized that, oh, I wasn't healing, I was just hiding, right? So I think that's very collective as well. We're seeing the things that trigger us that we've been sweeping under the rug, but it's like the difference now is we're the ones that's throwing the rug out. We're the ones that want to see and face the things that are triggering us because we're tired of it, right? Because we don't want to deal with it anymore. So I mean, makes sense. Trauma from my past, my kids died. Just got sick feeling. Yes, yes. I think that's something else that I feel like because my experience with my awakening happened like right at the time of my divorce. I feel like I didn't like grieve my divorce properly. I feel like it happened like way later. Yes. Sherry agrees too. Yes. All right. First one on the list is Sherry with general guidance. We are looking at the month of January 2026. So, and Sherry, if you have a question, if you're wanting Spirit to answer a question, now would be a good time. Think of your question. Oh, thank you, Divine Timing. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say. General guidance. Protected by angels. You are cherished by angels. Surrendering to the journey, release control. Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. This is about your trip. Ooh. Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. This is all about your trip. It's beautiful. So it's a little hard because I know you, so it's like, I know. Okay. Surrendering to the journey, release control. That's what's happening. That's why you're taking the trip to begin with. Protected by angels, you're cherished by angels. I feel like Spirit just wants you to know, especially if you were, I feel like when I seen this card, you're concerned about others around you, and you may even be concerned about others around you when you're not there, something like that. Spirit wants you to know you're highly protected. And I want you to know that when Spirit calls you to a certain place, that protection follows you, right? That protection follows you. And it surrounds you and those that are around you. I don't know how else to say that. All right, crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. I think that you're questioning something about your trip. So Spirit's giving you like strong confirmation. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. And you're only going to be able to do that if you go back to some place, right? All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. When you have Spirit on your, got your back like that, I mean, it's gonna be amazing. What do you mean? I no longer question it. Like when I go to sisters, like when I go somewhere and I know Spirit's letting me go, and like it's spiritly, he's spirit. I'm making up words. But like God approved. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I know I'm gonna have a good time. I know I'm not saying that everything's gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna experience challenges, but like I know I'm gonna get through it. There's nothing that's going to be like something I can't handle or wish I didn't have to handle. You see what I'm trying to say? That's why Spirit is keeping us so, I don't know, like protected. That's why we have to be so cautious about where we do go and who does have access. You see what I mean? Yes. All right, Diana, talking to heaven. Okay, I hope you thought about your person. Say hi to me in the chat real quick for me so I can click on your name. Miss Tina has the best hot chocolate. Man. Uh-oh. Sweet. I was wondering. I was like, oh, maybe she got that phone call she was waiting for. All right. Here we go. Right away, I can tell you it's a man. Okay. Remember me by the happy memories that we created. I see the pictures of the woman and the child, but I'm definitely picking up strong masculine energy. I want to say like I almost pictured a man or saw a man. I saw somebody with like short, I want to say gray hair. It's kind of straight. It's kind of giving like I don't know, it's just like a straight, flat type of hair. It's, I call it the white man here because it's fine. There's definitely something about a picture, like you could keep a picture of this person close by. Or this person wants you to look at pictures or pull out pictures. I think you have a picture close by. I keep wanting to say like dad, but I think it's possible that it's not of um like blood relation. It's definitely someone who has like a great desire to protect you or watch over you. And there's something about that. There's something about like the watching over you and protecting you. There's something else about I heard far away. So like this person could think that you're far away or that you're far away from certain people, maybe from family. But there's this energy of distance. The distance could also be time. Like I don't want to say this is your friend that recently passed, but it's possible. It's possible. Especially if you recently looked at a picture or if you have one close by. All right, let's read it out of the book. Okay, remember me by the happy memories we created. I can see you remembering me with heaviness in your heart because you worry and grieve. These are normal, beautiful, and understandable emotions, and they are part of your healing. However, when the dust settles, I really wish that you would focus upon our happy times instead of the sad ending. Keep my memory alive by thinking of me at our most joyful times. When something stirs a pleasant memory, talk to me about this and know that I will hear you and share that sentimental moment with you. Tears cleanse the soul is next. There's definitely something about like emotional release with this person. Diana says, I did recently look at his memorial card. Many years have passed. His father. Oh my goodness, the goosebumps, girl. Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? Yes. Miss L, welcome. Highly protected, right? Like it's giving this energy of very masculine, protect energy, fatherly energy. I thought it was going to be your dad at first, but then it was like not of, not of blood relation type of thing. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. I was shuffling and I always give you a good night kiss fell out. All right, where are we at? Vanessa. Vanessa with messages from person. I pulled the soulmate love messages out. I love that, Diana. All right. Yes, guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. For real, for real. I know I forget to ask, and then YouTube yells at me all the time. So I'm going to tell you all a funny story while you're here. This is a happening right now story. I'm sitting here at Miss Tina's, and I hear things all the time because, I mean, there's things happening around us all the time that we as humans like don't always see. So I'm getting used to like hearing things and seeing things that maybe, other people don't. um but sometimes it's like something else, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't realize it's something else, so I'll ignore it at first because I think it's, like spiritual or whatever. And then come to find out like it's not. I'm pretty sure Miss Tina has one of those stray cats underneath her house because I've been hearing all this banging under here since I started the readings, and I really just thought that like the banging, sometimes when you're talking to the spirits, it's like it sets things off. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it causes things to move. So I thought that's what it was, but no, there is. She's been talking about these stray cats that are around. I'm pretty sure we got one underneath Rosa's room. All right, here we go, Vanessa. Think of your person. What do they look like? What do they smell like? What is the sound of their voice? What does the sound of their voice sound like? What does their voice sound like? Have mercy. What color eyes does this person have? What were they wearing the last time you saw them? You see that one flip over? Like, you're taking me. All right, thank you for being so patient with me. Is on the bottom. This person has a lot to say. All right. I never believed in soulmates, but then I met you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. I miss you. You've been thinking about them too, all day today. That's going to be confirmation that you're thinking of. I'm not saying that you're thinking of them because they're thinking of you, but the energies are like the cord is pulling on both ends. All right. I remember the first day we met, like it was yesterday. You are like an angel that came into my life to heal and nurture me. I will say there is, I don't know if this is twin flame machine, because there is some, when I read the nurture word, um, there is some type of like motherly in every single relationship that I've been in. It's like I was the mom. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the person wasn't grown, they weren't mature, they had to be told what to do, right? The only relationship that was not the case was with the counterpart energy, the person who woke me up, right? Like he didn't, I'm not saying he didn't have those issues, but he, I don't know, had control of his issues. It was like he was a full grown adult. I didn't have to, I don't know. I didn't have to be like the motherly role. This person, you could have been in a relationship with them and you were in that motherly, I got to take care of you because you don't know how to take care of yourself type of role. That is not twin flame. That is not, you know what I'm saying? There's so much confusion I think because people are having spiritual awakening on like, is that my twin flame? Is that a karmic relationship? Is that a soulmate relationship? I'm not saying that this isn't a soulmate relationship, but it's not a twin flame relationship. This particular person that you're thinking about, that you're getting these messages from. All right, I can't help mentioning to you or mentioning you to my close friends and family members. Their family knows you, like whoever this is. I love you comes out. I feel like I've known you all my life, yet you are so mysterious. You may not be communicating with this person as easily, like they may not have access to you as easily as they used to. All right, I like sleeping next to you. See, they used to have access, now not so much. All right, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right, where are we at? Jenna. Jenna, let me know. Say hi to me in the chat. It's messages from your person, right? Jenna, go ahead and start thinking of that person. What do they look like? Same thing. What color eyes? What's the last thing you remember when you saw them? What were they wearing? What's the sound of their voice sound like? Thank you, Vanessa. That one that just flipped over says, you appear often in my dreams. It's being really specific. Like it's not letting me, the cards are not just flopping out. All right, I think that's it. First one out. It took a minute to come out too. Thank you for teaching me what real love is. You appear often in my dreams was the second one, which caught my attention because you're always telling me about your dreams of your twin. Sometimes when I'm busy, I pause to think of you, and it's like a breath of fresh air. I feel like I've known you all my life, yet you are so mysterious. Thank you for being there for me when I needed it the most. You are the only one who gets me without saying anything. And when I look into your eyes, the whole world stops and I forget where I am. This one is going to be really significant. My ears just caught fire. Have mercy. A strong twin flame energy, a strong connection. You're talking to each other. That's why the messages were hard to come out. You're connected to each other at all times. You feel each other at all times. You're communicating back and forth all day, every day, in your sleep, awake, 5D, 3D, strong connection. There's something about when I look into your eyes, the whole world stops and I forget where I am. There's something about that. Like, I don't know if they're looking at a picture of you. I don't know if it's like a new picture. It feels, whatever this is, feels very recent, very new. So maybe they saw you in passing. Maybe you live in, you're in the same town. Maybe you didn't even see them, but they saw you. There's something about that. Something about that. All right, I think I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. The dream card, I know, right? I know. Trust those dreams and write them down, Jenna. If you're forgetting them or struggling to remember, write them down. All right. I think that was last one. Is that last one? I think so. Yes. All right. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you. Ladies, don't forget Thursday night I'll be back. I'm gonna do it is the night of the first. So it is the night of the first at 8 p.m. All 12 signs for the first full week of January. So the 4th through the 10th, the week after that first Cancer full moon of 2026. I'll be doing that Thursday night. Again, very possible I may get bored. Maybe I'll have the insomnia. Maybe I can't sleep and I'll pop on tomorrow night and do some type of like New Year's music and tarot. Who knows? But Thursday night for sure with all 12 signs. Perfect. Awesome. It was so nice to see you, Miss L. Thank you, moderator ladies, for coming in and helping and making the list. I appreciate you all so very, very much. I think I'm going to go find me some dinner. All right, guys. I love you all. See everyone Thursday night. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a